The biggest channels on YouTube spent this week comparing AI to the dot-com crash. Here's the uncomfortable part. On 3 of the 4 numbers that matter, today's math is worse than 1999. I earn my living with AI, so I checked the bubble math against my own books. And the answer isn't what the doomers say, or what the fanboys say. Stay with me, because one of these numbers touches your job, your bills, and your savings. Let's do the scary numbers first. Honestly, no cherry picking. QuickTime Machine. 1999. Companies with a website, zero revenue, and a sock puppet mascot raised billions. Everyone knew it couldn't last. Everyone kept buying. Number 1, the spending. 5 companies, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Oracle, will pour roughly $725 billion into AI infrastructure this year. 2 years ago, it was $241 billion. That's a tripling in 24 months. For scale, as a share of the economy, this build-out is bigger than the Manhattan Project at its peak. Meta alone plans up to $135 billion this year. One company. Nearly double what it spent last year. Number 2, intensity. At the dot-com peak, tech companies spent 32 cents of every sales dollar on infrastructure. Today, 34, heading for 37. Read that again. On spending intensity, we are already past the dot-com peak. That one genuinely surprised me. Number 3, valuations. The market's long-term price gauge, the CAPE ratio, sits around 39. In a century and a half, it's been higher exactly once. March 2000. 1 month before the Nasdaq started losing 78% of its value. Quick translation. CAPE asks, how expensive are stocks compared to a decade of real earnings? 39 means very. And number 4, concentration. 10 companies are now roughly 40% of the entire S&P 500. At the dot-com peak, that figure was 27. So when one Chinese lab drops a free frontier model and the whole market shivers, like last week, that's what concentration feels like. Translation. Your index fund is now, whether you chose it or not, an AI fund. Then there's the gap. Sequoia ran the math. To justify this spending, the industry needs about $600 billion a year in AI revenue it does not currently have. And an MIT study found 95% of enterprise AI pilots produce zero measurable profit impact. 95. There's a quieter worry, too, the chips themselves. GPUs age like laptops, not like railroads. Spend $700 billion on hardware that's stale in 5 years, and the math has to work fast. And here's the newest crack in the story, and it connects straight to my data center video from this week. New York just became the first state in America to freeze new large data centers. Governor's order, July 14th. Everything over 50 megawatts paused for up to a year. The official reasons: protect ratepayers, the grid, and communities. Translation. The AI build-out just hit its first political wall, and voters like it. 46% of New Yorkers called the freeze good for the state. 21% said bad. Remember Georgia, families told to sell their homes for the grid? New York watched that story and slammed the brakes. The backlash I predicted is here. And the bills angle we covered. $70 more per month projected for households in one grid region by 2028. That's the fuel behind these freezes. Utilities got connection requests for 700 gigawatts last year. America only uses 477. Some of that queue is real. Some of it is 1999 fiber all over again. Okay, so spending past dot-com levels, valuations at once-per-century highs, a $600 billion hole, and states hitting the brakes. Case closed, bubble confirmed, sell everything? Not so fast. Because there are 4 numbers on the other side, and they're just as real. 1. Unlike 1999, today's giants actually make money. The dot-com darlings traded on pure hope. These companies print cash while they build. 2. The receipts are real. TSMC, the company that makes almost every AI chip, just posted $40 billion in 1 quarter. Up 36%. 5th record in a row. Real invoices, real fabs, real record profits, 5 quarters straight. Bubbles have fake revenue. This layer doesn't. 3. Costs for users keep falling. Kimi K3 goes free to download next week. Every price in the market has to answer for it. Deflation is painful for labs, and beautiful for builders. Every model released this summer made intelligence cheaper per token. That's not what dying technologies do. And 4. My own books. I run a real product on these models. My AI bill is a fraction of what that automation replaces, and it gets cheaper every quarter. Whatever the stock market decides, that value on my P&L is not imaginary. That's the part the crash headlines never show you. So how can both be true? Scary market math and real value. Here's the history lesson everyone skips. The dot-com crash vaporized $5 trillion of market value. But the fiber optic cable everyone overbuilt in '99? It became the dirt-cheap backbone of the entire modern internet. $5 trillion in paper wealth gone in 2 years. And yet, every company you use daily was built on that wreckage. A market bubble and a real technology revolution can be the same event. 2000 proved it. The stocks popped. The internet ate the world anyway. If AI rhymes with that, overbuilt data centers become tomorrow's cheap compute, and the builders inherit it. So here's who should actually worry if the pop comes. At risk, whoever bought the top, speculative data center towns, and anyone whose business is selling shovels on borrowed money. Relatively safe, people who use the tools. Your skills don't crash with a stock chart. If anything, the tools get cheaper. And your job? The tools your company adopted don't get uninvented by a stock crash. The 95% of failed pilots? Those fail in booms too. So my honest verdict, as someone with skin in the game, the stocks are priced for perfection, and the math says, be careful. The technology is real, and getting cheaper by the month. Those are 2 different bets. Don't let anyone sell you one dressed as the other. 3 things to watch from here. 1. The revenue gap, every earnings season. Closing means the spend was right. Widening means the clock is ticking. 2. Copycat moratoriums. If more states follow New York, the build-out has a political ceiling nobody priced in. 3. July 27th. When Kimmy's weights go free, watch what happens to every API price within a month. That's the deflation clock. If you want the full story on that one, my Kimmy K3 video is on screen right now. I'll be tracking all 3 right here, with real numbers from my own stack. Saturday, I'm switching gears. AI automation explained so simply your grandma could ship one, no code, no jargon. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm Dex. Keep building, whatever the market does.